You ever notice how everyone today's obsessed with pretending they're working on it like it's a badge of honor? Everyone's on their journey, everyone's in the process, everyone's becoming the best version of themselves. Cool, but becoming when? Because you've been becoming for 5 years straight. At some point, bro, you've got to become. Enough talking about the process. Show the product. The world's tired of hearing what you're about to do. It wants to see what you've done. You don't get credit for you don't get remembered for trying. You get remembered for winning. Let me tell you something most people can't handle. The world doesn't care about your effort. It doesn't care about your discipline if it doesn't create outcomes. It doesn't care that you woke up early if you still lost. Results. That's it. That's the real scoreboard. That's the truth. You either have proof or you have pain. And the thing about truth, it doesn't argue. Results don't debate. They don't explain. They just exist. You ever meet someone who's like, bro, I've been grinding nonstop. Okay, where's the outcome? Oh, it's coming when? You can't keep saying it's coming for 10 years. That's not patience. That's procrastination wearing a motivational quote. People love to glorify the struggle because it gives them a sense of purpose without requiring proof. They love the word hustle because it sounds busy, but busy isn't the same as effective. You can run 10 miles in the wrong direction. You're still lost. Let's be honest. The process feels good because it's comfortable. It makes you feel like you're doing something. But results require accountability. And accountability hurts because results don't care about your story. Results don't care about your excuses. Results don't care that you meant well. Results are black and white. You either did it or you didn't. You know what's wild? People will spend years trusting the process instead of just adjusting it. Like, bro, if it's not working, fix it. Don't romanticize it. You can't marry a process that keeps you broke, weak, or lost. You've got to divorce it and find a new one that pays you in proof. Because if your process hasn't given you progress, it's not a process, it's a prison. I know people who've been in the gym for 5 years straight still look the same. They're like, I love the process, cool. The weights don't love you back. It's not about being in the gym, it's about changing in the gym. It's not about saying you're working, it's about producing results that show you were. You can't just be loyal to effort, you've got to be loyal to effectiveness. If it doesn't work, change it. Winners don't romanticize repetition, they refine it. You know what most people don't realize? The process is supposed to evolve. It's not holy, it's not sacred, it's not something you protect, it's something you adjust until it delivers results. But people cling to it because they're scared to admit it's failing. They'd rather keep struggling than admit they were wrong. And that's pride disguised as perseverance. You can't grow if you're too proud to change your approach. See, people love to say it's about who you become along the way. Yeah, but becoming what? If you're still broke, still lazy, still distracted, what exactly did you become? More comfortable being average? The journey isn't magical unless the destination is real. If your process doesn't transform your reality, it's a hobby. Let's talk about people and excuses. You ever notice how they'll say, I'm not focused on results right now, I'm just enjoying the process? Translation, I'm not winning. Because when people start winning, they start caring about results. Nobody at the top says it's about the process. They say it's about winning, because winning is the process. You can't skip proof and still claim progress. Listen, confidence doesn't come from talking about what you're doing. It comes from seeing the evidence of it. It comes from results. You want to feel powerful? Stack proof. You want to walk into a room and people feel your energy? Show them the results. Because when you've got proof, you don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't even have to try to be confident. The results do it for you. Results are louder than confidence. You ever seen someone who talks about grind culture all day? Posting quotes, talking about mindset, saying they're up at 5 a.m. Then you check their life and nothing's changed. Bro, nobody cares how early you wake up if you still waste the day. Nobody cares how much you hustle if you're still in the same place. Results, routine. The morning routine doesn't make you successful. The outcome of that routine does. Because let's be honest, people don't care how you made it. They care that you did. They care about the house, the body, the business, the lifestyle, not how many cups of coffee you drank along the way. The world rewards results, not rituals. You know what's funny? People want the reward, but they also want to feel nice about themselves while failing. That's why they hide behind words like self-love and patience. But real self-love is holding yourself accountable. Real patience is making sure the process is working. You don't pamper yourself when you're losing, you correct yourself. You don't be kind to yourself by lowering standards, you do it by raising them. Because when you get results, you don't need self-love quotes, you feel self-love automatically. Results create confidence faster than any affirmation ever will. You know the truth? Nobody's inspired by your process. They're inspired by your results. Nobody says, wow, look how hard he's trying. They say, wow, look what he's achieved. Because effort is common. Execution is rare. Everyone's working on themselves. Few are actually changing themselves. Everyone's in the gym. Few are actually transforming. Everyone's building something. Few are actually finishing something. The world's full of starters. The winners are the ones who finish. Here's a fact. According to studies, over 92% of people who set goals never achieve them. Not because they're lazy, because they confuse activity with achievement. They stay busy, they trust the process, they stay consistent. But if consistency produces nothing, you're just consistently wrong. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what works. You've got to think like this. What am I actually getting out of this? What are the measurable results of my habits, my routines, my process? Because if you can't measure it, it's not progress, it's comfort. That's the brutal truth. People love the feeling of progress more than actual progress. They'd rather feel like they're growing than actually grow. That's why they stay in process mode, because process gives them comfort. Results demand confrontation. You know what separates the winners? Winners chase discomfort until it pays them. Losers chase comfort until it costs them. The process isn't supposed to be a blanket, it's supposed to be a weapon. You sharpen it, you use it, you evolve it. You don't worship it, you outgrow it. The gym routine that got you your first six-pack won't get you your next one. The business strategy that made your first $10K won't make you your first million. You evolve, you upgrade. Results matter because they keep you honest. They keep you sharp. They tell you where you really stand. You want to live an elite life? Start tracking everything. Your sleep, your effort, your results, your income, your performance. Don't feel like you're improving. Know it, see it, measure it, because data doesn't lie. Numbers don't lie. Results don't lie. That's how you grow for real. The world doesn't respect intentions. It respects proof. You can say all the right things. Nobody cares until you show it. The same way you don't trust someone's words anymore, you trust their patterns. The world doesn't trust your process. It trusts your results. So stop over-explaining yourself. Stop justifying your situation. Stop talking about your plan. Show it. Prove it. Because the day you start living in proof is the day you stop needing validation. Results don't beg for attention. They command it. And when you finally get results, you realize something powerful. You don't care about proving people wrong anymore. You're too busy proving yourself right. You stop chasing approval. You start chasing evolution. Because every result you stack, every goal you crush becomes a piece of evidence that you're capable of anything. That's what changes everything. You don't just get results. You become the kind of person who expects them. And that's when life bends for you. That's when everything starts to move in your direction. Not because you're lucky, but because you've earned it. Because at the end of the day, it's not the talkers, not the dreamers, not the ones in the process. It's the ones who produced proof that history remembers. Results matter. Always did. Always will.